So till now we have discussed some basic and fundamental concepts of Angular. So let's now switch to some advanced concepts, like let's discuss about Angular forms. So initially, before going to Angular forms, make sure that you are aware of the basics of Angular. If you can observe my channel, if you go to YouTube and search for Tech with Prince Harsha, you can find Angular 8 tutorials, which has around 31 videos which covers the basic and fundamental concepts of Angular. So make sure that you cover at least the few basic concepts of Angular so that you'll know how to install Angular, Node.js and Angular CLI for command line interface. Okay, hope that you have seen these three important videos of installing Angular. So I'm skipping this basic topic now. So let's create a new project for Angular forms. Okay, let's switch to terminal. In Angular forms, we make use of template driven forms and reactive forms. Let's start with template driven forms, where we are writing mostly the logic in template layer, that is HTML content itself. Whereas in reactive forms, the most of the part of the logic will be written inside our .ts file, that is TypeScript file, that is the component file. So let's create a new project here for template driven forms. Okay, by using ng space new, let's name this project as TDF demo, that is template driven forms demo. Okay, and enter button. Now you can see, would you like to add Angular routing? As of now, we'll just skip it, so we'll give n css. Okay, now it's installing packages for our project. It's getting installed. So here whatever the command we are using, ng space new space tdf hyphen demo, this is provided by Angular CLI, where it will create a required skeleton for us to work on Angular. Instead of creating each file like TypeScript file or CSS file or HTML file, using this command will create a project, Angular project for us, so that we will have a basic skeleton of Angular where we can make use of these files to provide appropriate web content which we want to display on our browser. Okay, so it's installing the packages. It will take a couple of minutes. Okay, now the package is installed successfully. Let's switch to that folder by using cd space tdf demo. Now if you see, by using pwd, you can see the current working directory, that is users harsha tdf demo. We are inside the Angular project folder currently, right? Let's run this and see whether it's running the sample demo or not using ng serve command. By using ng serve command, we will compile and run the Angular project. Now you can see that it got compiled successfully, and you can see that it's giving a message, open your browser on http localhost 4200. So let's open this in browser. Okay, copy this, go to browser and open http localhost 4200. Now you can see the demo app has been set up for us. This is the Angular basic demo app which is given by Angular. So whenever we are creating a new project using Angular, this will be running successfully. Let's use this template, let's use this skeleton to make our changes, to understand about template driven forms. So next what we will do is, let's create a new component. So to do that, what we will do is, instead of using this terminal, let's switch to Visual Studio Code and use the PowerShell and the terminal which is provided by Visual Studio Code. Let's quit this by using Ctrl C. Okay, Let's open Visual Studio Code. Open the folder which we have created, the Angular project. The name of the folder is TDF demo, right? So let's open TDF demo. Now here in Mac we can make use of terminal here provided as new terminal, new terminal. Okay, you can click on here, the new terminal will get open. Now you can use ngserve from here so that we can compile and run the project from the terminal provided by Visual Studio Code. Let's check this once. You can see it got successfully compiled, and here is the link for it. Just open this link and this will open the same link which we had seen previously, that is localhost:4200, where our Angular project has been set up. Now we have done the basic changes which is required for setting up this project. We are started with this project. What we'll do is, let's create a new component in this project by using ng, g for generate, c for component. Let's create a new form component. For example, let's name it as template-driven-form. Okay, click on enter. So we can see that using this command, these files got created successfully, the CSS file, HTML file, spec.ts file and ts file. So using these files we can make use of by creating new form using HTML, CSS and ts file. Okay, this component got created successfully using Angular CLI. Now let's navigate to the ts file which has been generated by Angular CLI for us. Okay, now you can see template-driven-form folder has been created and these files has been created. Open template-driven-form component.ts. Inside this file you can observe the selector here. This is a directive which is used for rendering the HTML content on our browser, right? This is the selector. So copy this selector, just copy this selector and paste this selector inside our app component.html. So inside app component.html we have the demo project which has been created by Angular. Just delete this and create a directive for the selector which I have copied from template driven form component.ts. Okay, let's paste that. Okay, so we have created the directive for it. Now once this is done, now just provide ng space serve. Okay, it's getting compiled, the project is getting compiled now. It's building the project. Okay, now open the browser. Okay, now you can see that template driven form works message is getting displayed on our web page. This shows that our sample application is working fine. So next what we'll do is, let's create a simple form, okay, using template driven form approach. Let's switch to Visual Studio Code. Go to template driven form component.html. Okay, here instead of this sample message which is getting displayed over here, let's delete this message and let's create a simple form. Okay, form. Inside this I want to create input with placeholder equals, for example, name. Okay, and I want to create a button over here and name it as OK. Now save these changes. Now if you observe the browser, you can see that there is a text button getting created here with name and OK button here, the button which we have created so far. Now if you observe the developer tools, by using F12, if you observe the console, okay, here you can observe that whenever you are refreshing this, a form should have been created by Angular for us. Now if you observe here, inside elements, if you observe body, app root, app template driven form, here you can see that form tag has been created successfully, and the input placeholder which we had created with placeholder equals name has been created here, and the button is displayed over here. So this is how form is getting created. Okay. Now what we need to do is we want to include Bootstrap content in our project. So to do that, what we will do, let's go to Visual Studio Code. We need to install Bootstrap. Okay, let's create a new terminal. Let's add a new terminal so that the project we are running will not get affected. Okay, so this is a new terminal which I am using. Let's provide a command npm install -- save Bootstrap. Okay, press enter button. Now you can observe that Bootstrap got installed successfully. Okay, now if you open angular.json file, here you can find styles which is provided over here. So what we need to do is we need to include the Bootstrap content over here into our project. We want to include Bootstrap content in our project. So to do that, what we need to do is inside angular.json styles, we need to provide the path of the Bootstrap which we have installed so far. So to do that, what we need to do is inside node modules, you can find Bootstrap which we had installed. Okay, now you can observe that here is Bootstrap dist css. Okay, here we have a minified version of Bootstrap, that is bootstrap.min.css. What you need to do is right click on this and copy relative path. You'll get the path of Bootstrap and paste this path inside styles. So inside styles, provide double quote, and inside this provide the path for Bootstrap. So we provided the path which you have copied from here. We'll provide inside styles. Okay, save these changes. Now what we'll do is let's verify whether our Bootstrap is working fine or not. So to do that, inside our HTML, that is template driven form component.html, let's add some Bootstrap class over here. For button, let's create class equals btn-primary. Okay, this will create Bootstrap button for us to make sure that our Bootstrap which we have included in our project is working fine. Let's check this now whether it's working fine or not. Okay, so the terminal 1 which we are running, let's refresh this once by using Ctrl S. Now if you observe the browser, still you cannot see the Bootstrap content getting displayed over here. This is because whenever we are including the Bootstrap changes, it's mandatory for us to restart the npm which we have started, that is ng serve command which we have used so far. We need to restart that by using Ctrl C. Let's again run ng serve. Okay, so this time the Bootstrap content which we have included should get displayed on our web page, that is browser. Let's see. So the project is getting built. It's compiled successfully. Now if you observe the browser, you can see that the Bootstrap button got displayed over here. So this is a name field, the text field which we have given, and OK is the Bootstrap button which we have created. Next what we will do is let's add more Bootstrap formatting for this. Okay, inside Visual Studio Code, let's wrap this form inside a container. Okay, that is by using div class equals container. Okay, and this div should be This form should be wrapped inside the div. Okay. Let's provide some header for this h2, for example, registration. Okay. So inside form, let's include a form group inside this. Div class equals form hyphen group, and this form hyphen group is also provided by the Bootstrap. Okay. Let's create a label inside this class, that is label for equals name. Okay, and name of the label will be name. Next we need to create an input tag, that is an input element, and we don't require placeholder because we are making use of id and name. Okay, input id equals name. Okay, name equals name, and I want to specify this class equals form hyphen control. Okay, let's understand about this form control and form groups in our next videos. Upcoming videos we'll discuss about it. For now, let's create a simple basic form with Bootstrap formatting, and this button class equals btn hyphen primary, which we have created already. Now let's see how this form looks on our web page. If you switch to the browser, now you can see that it's clearly aligned. This is because of the container which we are using, that is div class equals container. We'll make sure that it provides required border over here, that is required spacing. Okay, and alignment we can observe, and we have created a text, that is name. Okay, name field, and we have created a button over here. This is a Bootstrap button. So let's use this skeleton to understand about template driven forms. So this is a basic thing which we have seen in this first video. So in upcoming videos of this tutorial, we will understand more about template driven forms. Thank you so much for watching.